Let's get to sea. Just 3 months ago, after I had my accident, I had my arm in a cast and I didn't know if I'd ever sail again. And that was pretty worrying, because for me, sailing isn't just a recreational thing. It's like I get the same kind of thing out of sailing as I do out of doing the Camino de Santiago. You may notice that my speech is no longer in sync with my mouth. I was actually just saying how when I get out on the boat, I switch off the phone, switch off the technology. And as I said that, the technology switched itself off, probably because I was being quite hypocritical by talking into a radio mic while saying how I don't have technology on the boat. What I was saying was that I find it so important just to switch off the phone and get out with nature. Like, as you can see from the pictures, sailing just occupies your full concentration, unlike driving a car on a road where you only have to worry about the car moving. You've got to worry about the road moving as well when you're sailing, and you're watching for changes in the wind and all sorts. Damien Dempsey, that great darling of Dublin, the singer-songwriter, has a song where the lyrics are something like, "Howth was the place where I buried my troubles at sea." And it's exactly like that, really, because I have kind of anxious thoughts or problems or worries or concerns or whatever, and by the time I've gone out and around Ireland's Eye and back in, the problems are pretty much sorted, or if they're not sorted, they're at least put in their right perspective, and I step off feeling like a new person with the batteries completely recharged. You know, it's kind of like, as I was saying, when I go on the Camino de Santiago, that's like a bigger recharge. That's like getting new batteries, you know, because I go out and I walk and I switch the phone on once a day just to make sure everyone's still alive and let them know that I'm still alive. And then I get back to kind of mundane things like worrying about whether you're wearing the right shoes and where you're going to eat and that kind of thing. I just find that people don't seem to switch off nowadays. While I was preparing to record this, I was going through emails, and there was one from an administrative person in a 9 to 5 in a civil service job. I responded and thought, well, that'll be there at 9 when they come in. And I got an email directly back, you know, where somebody is working. It's like 10 or 11 at night, and somebody in a 9 to 5 job was working on, like, and reading those emails, their work emails. And the same thing happened with somebody else in a similar position on Sunday. I work odd hours. I don't work a 9 to 5, but there was somebody I know is in an office job all day, and on a Sunday they were responding to emails. I just don't think it can be healthy. I mean, having said that, I'm not anti-social media by any means. When I started traveling abroad, I met some amazing people, and we'd exchange phone numbers, but in your heart and soul you knew that the exchange of phone numbers was just really an acknowledgement about how cool that person was and how you appreciated that. But you were never a year later going to pick up the phone and just ring that number and say, oh, it's that guy you met a year ago, how are you, you know? Whereas with social media now, when you meet somebody like that, you exchange Facebook friend requests or whatever, and you do actually keep in touch, because you don't have to chat with them all the time. They come up on your feed and you see what they're doing, you stay in touch with them, and you kind of make an odd comment or an odd like, and then if they end up near to where you live, or you end up, you know, near their country, you do kind of meet up again. And it's wonderful. Like, a lot of the friends I have now are international friends that I really wouldn't have if it weren't for Facebook and social media. So I guess it's like anything, it's a matter of making sure that you use the resource and you don't let the resource use you. And certainly I fell into that trap, and what I ended up having to do was just delete my Facebook app. And now if I want to get onto Facebook, I have to actually go to a browser, go to facebook.com, put in my username and password, and if it asks me, do you want us to remember your password, I say no, because the whole point is that it has to be an actual effort to get online and check Facebook, so that it's not just sending me notifications that I'm looking at because they're there, you know. Here's where you'll find me on social media, and if you're watching this on YouTube, you can subscribe just down here. Thanks a million.